Before we start, make sure you subscribe to my channel, BioLustra, and share this video with seniors, family members, and friends so they can also protect their health. I want you to imagine something for a moment. You finish a healthy dinner and you feel good about yourself. You go to bed thinking you made the right choices for your body. But early in the morning, your brain may already be in danger without giving you any warning. No chest pressure, no pain, nothing that feels serious. It may start with a slightly slurred word, a weak hand, a strange heaviness in one arm, or a dizzy spell that feels like it came out of nowhere. What surprises most seniors is that this danger does not always come from fried food or fast food. It can come from a vegetable. A simple vegetable that you have believed for decades is one of the healthiest things you can ever eat. I have seen this many times while working with older adults. Foods that help your body when you are young can start working against you after 60, especially when they combine with common medications or when they are eaten at a time of day when the body processes them differently. The most frightening part is that you may not feel anything until the damage has already begun. But there is good news. You do not need to fear vegetables, and you do not need to give up healthy eating. What you truly need is awareness. When you understand how your aging body works, how your digestion slows, how your blood vessels become more sensitive, and how your kidneys respond to certain chemicals in foods, you can keep enjoying your favorite meals safely. You can protect your brain, strengthen your heart, and stay independent for many more years. Today, we are going to talk about 9 common vegetables that may quietly raise your stroke risk after 60. Many seniors eat these vegetables daily without knowing how they interact with supplements, medications, and age-related changes in the body. And the last vegetable on this list is something almost every senior eats at least once every week, and it may be the most dangerous when eaten the wrong way. So pay attention to each detail because even one small change in your eating routine can make a huge difference for your brain health. Now let us begin with a vegetable that most people see as their closest friend, but can secretly become a problem once you cross 60. Spinach is often praised everywhere. For many years, doctors, including experts like Dr. William Lee, dietitians, and even popular characters on television, told us that spinach builds iron, strengthens muscles, and keeps you young. And yes, spinach is full of nutrients. It has magnesium, plant fiber, natural antioxidants, and many elements that support the heart and bones. But after 60, spinach can slowly shift from being a friend to becoming a quiet risk if you do not pay attention to how and when you eat it. The reason is simple. Spinach has naturally high levels of oxalates. Oxalates are tiny compounds that easily attach to calcium inside your body. When you are young, your kidneys work fast and strong, and they flush out these oxalates without much effort. But as you age, kidney function becomes slower. Blood vessels lose flexibility. Many seniors also start taking calcium and vitamin D supplements for bone health. When all these factors come together, the oxalates in spinach can bind tightly to the extra calcium in your body. This forms tiny calcium oxalate crystals. At first, these crystals are too small for you to notice. They do not cause pain or discomfort. But over time, week after week and year after year, these crystals can start building up. They can slowly narrow the small blood vessels that carry blood to your brain. Imagine small grains of sand collecting inside a thin water pipe. The water still flows, but the space gets tighter and tighter. The pressure increases. One day, all it takes is a tiny clot or a small blockage, and the blood flow to the brain stops suddenly. This is how many seniors experience silent strokes in their sleep without any warning. This is exactly what happened to one man named Harold Briner, a 76-year-old retired firefighter from Milwaukee. Harold felt proud of his lifestyle. He believed he was doing everything right. Every night he made himself a fresh spinach salad. He added a little feta cheese for taste and then took his calcium and vitamin D supplements because he wanted to keep his bones strong. He told me he felt healthy and responsible. For years, this routine continued. But one cold morning, his wife found him sitting at the kitchen table. His coffee cup was tipped over. His speech was confused. His right arm did not move properly. He had suffered a stroke during the night. When doctors examined him, his scans showed that the small arteries in his brain had become narrow and stiff with calcium buildup. His blood tests showed extremely high levels of calcium combined with oxalates. It was the perfect combination that had been forming quietly inside him for months. Harold survived, but his life changed completely. He could no longer drive. He needed help walking. He told me with a shaking voice, I thought I was eating healthy. I never knew my salad could harm me. And this is the heartbreaking reality many seniors experience. Not because spinach is bad, but because the body changes with age. What worked well at 40 or 50 does not always work well at 70. Your kidneys handle minerals differently. Your blood vessels react to excess calcium. Your supplements combine with certain foods in ways you never expected. Spinach can still be part of a healthy diet, but only if you understand how to use it wisely. You do not need to fear it, but you do need to respect how it affects your aging body. And this is the awareness that most seniors never receive. Many think healthy food is always safe, but the truth is more complex. That is why knowledge becomes your strongest protection as you get older. When you understand what your body needs, what your body cannot handle, and how simple daily habits influence your long-term health, you gain control. Not fear, but control. And that is the purpose of this entire guide, to help you protect your brain, your heart, and your independence with clear, simple information that you can apply every single day as we age. What once protected us can begin working differently inside the body, and the foods we trusted for years may affect us in new ways if we do not adjust. Spinach is still powerful and healing, but after 65, your body needs you to use it wisely. Timing matters more than most people realize. If you enjoy spinach, it is much safer to eat it in the morning or at lunchtime, when your kidneys are more active and your metabolism is higher. This helps your body break down the oxalates more efficiently. It is also important to talk to your doctor, especially if you take calcium or vitamin D supplements, or if you have kidney concerns or heart issues. Balance is the key, not overload. A small handful of spinach here and there is perfectly fine. The real problem begins when seniors eat large portions every single night without realizing how it builds up. Spinach remains a nutrient-rich vegetable, but after 65 it comes with simple rules. Respecting those rules allows spinach to stay your friend. Ignoring them may turn it into a quiet risk for your brain. Now let us move to the second vegetable. Broccoli is often seen as one of the healthiest foods you can eat. Many of us remember hearing our parents say, "Eat your broccoli at the dinner table," and they were right. Broccoli is full of fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins that support the heart, strengthen the body, and reduce disease. For years, it has been considered a perfect choice for healthy living, but many seniors do not realize how their body changes after 60. Broccoli itself is not dangerous. The challenge comes from how it interacts with medications that many older adults rely on. The hidden issue in broccoli is its high level of vitamin K. Vitamin K is helpful and necessary for blood clotting when we are younger. It helps stop bleeding after an injury and supports healing. But for seniors who take blood-thinning medications such as warfarin, Plavix, or even daily aspirin, too much vitamin K can disturb an already delicate system. If you suddenly increase your broccoli intake while taking blood thinners, your blood may clot more easily than it should, raising your risk for stroke or heart complications. On the other hand, if your broccoli intake changes too often from week to week, your medication becomes unpredictable. Your blood may become too thick or too thin, and the silent danger is that you will not feel anything until a major event occurs. This is what happened to a woman named Clara Newton, an 82-year-old retired school teacher from Pennsylvania. Clara followed her medication plan exactly. She believed she was doing everything right. Every evening she ate steamed broccoli with olive oil because she had always heard that it kept the heart young and strong. But she never knew that her daily broccoli intake was interfering with her blood thinner. Her blood levels began shifting wildly between overclotting and overthinning. One afternoon, she felt a mild headache and confusion. Moments later, she collapsed. At the hospital, doctors discovered she had suffered a hemorrhagic stroke, meaning there was bleeding inside her brain. It was not caused by high blood pressure or an injury. It happened because her blood had become too thin to form a proper clot. Clara survived, but her life changed forever. She now walks slowly with a walker and speaks with more effort. She often tells others, "Do not assume a healthy food is harmless, not at our age." Her words are a powerful reminder that even good foods need to be handled with care when we grow older. For anyone over 60, the lesson is clear. Broccoli is not the enemy. The real danger is inconsistency. If you are on blood thinners, you do not need to avoid broccoli completely. You simply need to eat it in steady, predictable amounts. This allows your doctor to adjust your medication safely. With consistency and communication, you can still enjoy broccoli without risking your brain health. As we age, our blood vessels become thinner and more fragile, which means a small imbalance that a younger person might barely notice can become a serious threat for someone in their 70s or 80s. That is why balance and knowledge are your strongest protections. Broccoli can remain a healthy part of your diet as long as you treat it with respect. Moderation, consistency, and medical guidance ensure that this health food does not quietly increase your stroke risk. Now let us look at the third vegetable. Romaine lettuce is light, crisp, refreshing, and considered one of the easiest foods for digestion. Many seniors choose a salad for dinner because it feels smart, healthy, and gentle on the stomach. Romaine lettuce is often the main ingredient in these salads. It is praised for its vitamins, its fiber, and its low-calorie nature. But there is an important truth that many older adults never learn. Eating romaine lettuce at the wrong time, especially during the evening, can quietly raise your risk as your body changes with age. The reason is that romaine lettuce contains natural nitrates. These nitrates convert into nitric oxide inside your body, which opens the blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. During the day, this effect can be helpful because your body is active and your circulation is stronger. But at night, especially after 60, your blood pressure naturally drops on its own as part of your sleep cycle. If you combine this natural drop with the extra lowering effect from romaine lettuce eaten at dinner, your blood pressure may fall too low while you sleep. When blood pressure drops too far, the brain does not receive the steady flow of oxygen it needs. The result can be dizzy spells, sudden weakness, confusion upon waking, or in more serious cases, a silent nighttime stroke. Many seniors experience lightheadedness when they wake up in the middle of the night or early morning and never realize that a simple salad could be contributing to the problem. The body becomes more sensitive after 60. Blood vessels lose elasticity. The autonomic system responds more slowly. Medications for high blood pressure can intensify the effect even more. The combination of nighttime romaine lettuce, natural age-related changes, and blood pressure medication can create the perfect conditions for low blood pressure during sleep. This is something that experts like Dr. William Lee often remind aging adults to be aware of. Romaine lettuce is healthy, but timing changes everything. Eating it earlier in the day allows your body to benefit from the nutrients without lowering your blood pressure at the wrong time. When eaten at night, especially with other medications, it may quietly increase risk instead of offering protection. For seniors, the safest approach is simple. Enjoy romaine lettuce for breakfast or lunch when your circulation is stronger and your blood pressure is naturally higher. Avoid large salads late in the evening. Listen to your body. Notice how you feel in the morning. Understand how small choices affect your long-term health. Romaine lettuce can remain one of the healthiest vegetables you eat. You just need to use it in a way that supports your aging body instead of working against it. By respecting timing and your individual needs, you keep your brain safer and your body stronger. Of stroke by morning. The reason is connected to how romaine lettuce works as a natural diuretic. In simple words, it gently encourages your body to release water. When you are young, this effect is so mild that it hardly matters, but after 65, your body becomes much more sensitive. If you already take blood pressure pills, diuretics, or follow a low-sodium diet, the water loss from romaine lettuce can quietly push your body toward dehydration without you noticing. As we get older, our thirst signals weaken. You may not feel thirsty at all, yet your blood volume slowly drops. When this happens, your blood becomes thicker, more like syrup than water. Thick blood moving through aging, narrow arteries creates the perfect conditions for a clot to form. One small shift in blood pressure while you sleep is enough for that clot to lodge in a small vessel in the brain. This is exactly what happened to a man named Leon Carter, a 75-year-old retired factory worker from Indianapolis. Every night he did what many seniors consider healthy. He prepared a large romaine salad with cucumbers and vinegar. He avoided heavy dinners, stayed active in his church, and exercised daily. But one morning his wife found him confused, his words broken, and his right arm hanging weakly. He had suffered a mild stroke sometime during the night. At the hospital, doctors found he was dehydrated and his blood was thicker than normal. Combined with his blood pressure medication, his nightly romaine lettuce habit had slowly created the perfect conditions for a clot to form. Leon recovered after months of therapy, but his confidence was deeply shaken. He told me quietly, "I thought I was being healthy. I never knew lettuce could do this." And that is the lesson. Romaine lettuce itself is not the problem. It is the timing and the situation of your body after 60 that changes how it affects you. Even small shifts in hydration or blood thickness can lead to major consequences. The way to protect yourself is simple. Move your salad to lunchtime when your body is awake, active, and naturally more hydrated. If you enjoy leafy greens in the evening, drink a small glass of water with them to support better circulation. And if you are taking diuretics or blood pressure medication, speak with your doctor about foods that may increase water loss without warning. Romaine lettuce can remain part of a healthy lifestyle, but after 65, the wrong timing can quietly raise your risk. Eat it wisely, and it will continue supporting your health instead of placing hidden pressure on your brain. Now let us move to the fourth vegetable. Raw carrots seem harmless. They are sweet, crunchy, low in calories, and packed with beta-carotene that supports eye health. For many seniors, they become a guilt-free snack, something they reach for instead of cookies or sugary treats. But there is a surprising truth that most older adults never learn. For seniors, especially when eaten raw and late in the evening, carrots can quietly disturb blood sugar and circulation in ways that raise the risk of a nighttime stroke. Here is what happens inside the body. Raw carrots are digested much faster than most people realize. The natural sugars inside them enter the bloodstream quickly. Younger adults with a strong insulin response manage this without difficulty, but older adults often have slower or exaggerated insulin reactions. Many seniors already have prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or circulation problems without knowing it. When a senior eats raw carrots at night, blood sugar rises. The body releases insulin to lower it, but the aging pancreas may respond unevenly. This can cause blood sugar to fall too low during sleep, a condition known as nocturnal hypoglycemia. When blood sugar drops too far, the body reacts with fear. It releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones tighten blood vessels and raise blood pressure suddenly. When this pressure spike combines with the mild dehydration many seniors experience during the night, the blood becomes thicker and more likely to form clots. If one of these clots settles in a small artery of the brain, the result is a stroke by morning. This is exactly what happened to a woman named Leah Henderson, a 78-year-old retired nurse from Portland. Leah had always lived a healthy lifestyle. She avoided processed sweets, stayed active, and chose vegetables over junk food. Her favorite nightly habit was eating raw carrots. She told me proudly, "It is my bedtime snack." She believed it was harmless and even beneficial. But one morning, she woke up with blurred vision, a pounding headache, and a weak left arm. She had suffered a small stroke during the night. Blood tests revealed that her sugar levels had dropped too low around midnight, triggering a stress hormone surge that pushed her blood pressure dangerously high. Combined with mild nighttime dehydration, the conditions created a perfect storm for a clot to form. Leah was stunned to learn that her healthy bedtime snack had played a part. She said softly, "I had no idea something so simple could create so much trouble." And her experience teaches an important lesson. Raw carrots are healthy, but the timing matters greatly after 60. Your blood sugar responds differently. Your insulin behaves differently. Your circulation changes with age. Eating raw carrots during the day is safe and beneficial. Eating them at night can create shifts in your body that you never notice until the damage is already done. The right approach is simple. Enjoy raw carrots earlier in the day when your body can process the natural sugars smoothly. If you want a nighttime snack, choose something with fiber and protein that keeps your blood sugar steady. Pay attention to how your body reacts as you age, because the habits that once worked well may need to be adjusted. With a few small changes, you can continue to enjoy your favorite foods without putting extra pressure on your heart or your brain. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe to my channel BioLustra and share this video with seniors, family members, and friends so they can also protect their health. Every stage of life changes how our bodies respond to food. A vegetable that once seemed harmless must now be treated with the same care as a prescription drug. When used wisely, it supports your heart, your immunity, and your overall health. Used carelessly, it can quietly raise your risk of brain bleeds or strokes without any warning. Let us talk about onions. Flavorful, healing, but not always harmless after 60, onions are one of the most common vegetables in the kitchen. They are celebrated for antioxidants, for lowering cholesterol, and for fighting inflammation. For decades, onions have been praised as a heart-healthy food, but most seniors are never told the full story. After 60, onions can quietly affect your brain and circulation, not because they are bad, but because of how they interact with an aging body and medications. The key compound in onions is quercetin. Quercetin is a powerful antioxidant, but it also relaxes and widens blood vessels. In younger adults, this can help regulate blood pressure. In seniors, especially those taking blood pressure pills or anticoagulants, this effect can become too strong. Excessive drops in blood pressure can occur. When onions and medication combine, blood pressure may dip too low, especially at night. With lower pressure, the brain receives less oxygen and nutrients, leaving it more vulnerable. Sometimes the body reacts by suddenly tightening vessels, which can encourage clot formation. This unstable cycle of dilation and constriction creates perfect conditions for microclots to lodge in fragile brain arteries. Timing is also important. Eating large amounts of raw onions in the evening can make these effects worse overnight. When hydration is low and the body is already sensitive to pressure changes, seniors with heart problems, circulation issues, or atrial fibrillation are at even higher risk. This does not mean you should avoid onions completely. Onions still provide important health benefits when used wisely. The rules are simple. Use onions for flavor, not as the main dish. A few slices cooked into meals are safer than large raw portions. Prefer cooked onions because cooking mellows quercetin's impact on blood pressure and makes them easier to digest. Avoid heavy onion meals at night. Shift onion-rich meals to lunch when your circulation is stronger and hydration is higher. Watch for warning signs. Morning dizziness, foggy thinking, or unusual fatigue may signal that blood pressure is dropping too low. Onions remain a valuable part of a brain-healthy diet, but after 60, they must be used with awareness, balance, and proper timing. Now let us discuss corn. Sweet, familiar, and comforting, but quietly dangerous after 60. Corn is part of many family traditions. It appears on the dinner table as a breakfast bowl of grits or a summer corn on the cob. It seems innocent. It tastes sweet and has been eaten for generations. But most seniors do not realize how corn behaves inside the body. Nutritionally, corn acts more like a starch than a vegetable. Your body quickly converts its natural sugars into glucose, raising blood sugar much like a slice of white bread. After 60, this process matters more than ever. Many older adults already struggle with slower insulin response and reduced circulation to the brain. When corn is eaten, especially at night, blood sugar rises quickly. The body releases insulin to manage it. Aging bodies often respond too slowly or release too much insulin, causing blood sugar to crash during sleep. This triggers a surge of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to bring sugar levels back up. These hormones tighten blood vessels, spike blood pressure, and make blood thicker and more likely to form clots. Overnight, these small shifts can quietly create the perfect storm for a stroke. Many seniors never see it coming. Now here is the shocking twist. There is one vegetable almost every senior eats every week, thinking it is completely safe. This same vegetable, when eaten the wrong way, can quietly increase the risk of stroke more than anything we have discussed so far. It is something many families serve at almost every meal. It is easy to prepare, comforting, and seems harmless. But for those over 60, it can become a hidden danger that strikes while you sleep, leaving you or a loved one unable to speak, move an arm, or even wake up fully the next morning. Awareness and timing are everything. Small adjustments, consistent portions, and knowing how your medications interact with certain vegetables can save your independence, your brain, and your life. Remember, every senior deserves to enjoy healthy food without fear. With the right knowledge, your favorite vegetables can remain your allies instead of becoming silent threats. Before we end, I want to remind you to subscribe to BioLustra and share this video with other seniors, family members, and friends so they can stay aware and protect their health. Small changes today can prevent heartbreak tomorrow. Never underestimate the power of timing, balance, and awareness in keeping your brain and body safe. Stay informed, stay cautious, and keep enjoying your meals the smart way.